This is Valley News Live at noon.
Much of an apartment garage unit is destroyed after a massive fire early this morning. It was a scary scene as people saw flames shooting into the sky by an apartment building in South Fargo. The call came in from 14th Street and Oak Minor Avenue. That's just behind our Valley News Live studios in South Fargo. 5 vehicles are destroyed along with everything that was inside the garages. No word yet on a cause or damage estimate. Now this is video shared by one of our Valley News Live viewers. She could see the fire roaring right from her apartment balcony. The Fargo Fire Department reminds everyone to leave the building quickly and call 911 right away when you see smoke or flames. Now once crews had the garage fire under control, a second fire was called just a few blocks away. This one near 26th Avenue and 15th Street south of Fargo. Firefighters found smoke in a second floor unit and say an open door allowed the smoke to fill the hallway, making it hard for people to get out. Some people jumped from their second floor balconies to safety as firefighters were arriving. 3 people will need to find a new place to stay tonight. No one was hurt in either fire. Well, new for you at noon, Governor Tim Walz is in Polk County, Minnesota today, surveying drought conditions and meeting with local farmers about the impacts. Severe statewide drought conditions continue, so the governor and Minnesota Ag Commissioner want to hear from farmers about what they're going through and what's needed from the state to help.
The programs that we put in place that provide the safety net from natural disaster or things that happen are really critical to our food supply, and they're really critical to working families.
No interest loans are available, and the state is working with the USDA for additional assistance. Valley News Team's JC Dodd is in Polk County and will have much more on this story tonight on Valley News Live. Well, the air seems a lot better today without the smell of wildfire smoke lingering in that air. Well, let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, it's great to get a break from that condition. It was tough on our health and just kind of brought you down without being able to see that blue sky. So it's nice to be able to see that again. Drought conditions, as we've been talking about. Well, we just got an update here this week, and unfortunately, we've had those conditions worsen in Minnesota. You see these areas in red here? That's extreme drought. So we've moved up a category, or maybe I should say down a category, as the drought deepens here. And now we are in extreme drought from Baudette through part of Polk County and then back down into Wadena County here into Minnesota. And so those are areas where the drought has worsened. In North Dakota, it's persisted. A couple of spots, a couple of pockets in eastern North Dakota where we've seen some more drying going on there too. So all in all, either holding in our current situation, our current state, or worsening here in the valley, unfortunately. And that's especially the case in Minnesota. Right now, very dry out there. We have had some showers. In fact, a little bit of lingering activity down in the southeast. That's starting to move on now, and we're starting to quiet down there. Our conditions around the region, we've got a little bit of haze still, but you can see that blue sky as you look a little bit farther up from the horizon. Temperatures are beginning to soar. We're at 84 degrees in Fargo, 83 in Grand Forks, and we're going to continue to climb from there. Let's take a look at that planner in Fargo. Expect temperatures to rise back into the 90s, and there's some humidity with that, so it's going to feel muggy as well. Details in the forecast coming up.
Muggy never feels very great.
It can be tough, but you know, mugginess is a sign there's moisture in the air, and I'm hoping that'll lead to some more rain coming in the forecast.
Sounds good. Learning something new. Thanks, Lisa. Well, new at noon, a Wadena man has died after crashing his ATV in Otter County yesterday. A man was found unresponsive in rural Wadena just after 6:30 last night. The Otter County Sheriff's Office says the 39-year-old was driving down a dirt road and lost control. He ended up in the ditch after being thrown from the ATV. Emergency responders attempted CPR, but were not able to save his life. The man's name is not being released until his family has been notified. Well, over in Moorhead this morning, police say a car took authorities on a chase before everyone ditched the vehicle and ran. Police tell us it started around 1 this morning, and that's along 17th Street, 9th Avenue South, when they tried to pull over a car because it didn't have any headlights on. Police chased it for about 5 blocks before the driver and everybody inside got out and ran. Police tried to find the suspects, but weren't able to track all of them. They say a search of the car didn't find any drugs or weapons. Well, some people will have to fork over some cash to repair their cars after a vandal did some serious damage. It happened on 9th Avenue Circle between 9th Avenue and 10th Avenue South in Fargo. The 2 cars that were damaged were parked on the street. Windows were smashed and the side view mirrors were ripped off. One woman who lives in the area says she has not noticed a lot more vandalism happening within the last week. Another person tells us he saw a woman using a large brick to vandalize the vehicles. We're planning to take it to the skies today in preparation for the FARGO air show this weekend. Some of the excitement this year comes from a first-of-its-kind flight. Now the Blue Angels are bringing 2 aircrafts. That's a Yak and a Weko. A Yak is a Russian plane with 2 engines and a jet engine underneath. And a Weko is a 1939 aircraft with a prop engine. These 2 planes have never been in this air at the same time, making for a historic flight. Now this historic show is years in the making, bringing tears to some eyes from the excitement.
I tell you, I get tears in my eyes thinking about this. This is going to be an absolutely phenomenal display. The Blue Angels, of course, are huge, but you got to watch these 2 planes in the air. We get the Wako and the Yak in the air at the same time. This is a phenomenal first in the entire country, probably in the entire world.
Now you will also get to see a 300-mile-an-hour jet-powered truck racing a B-25. The air show is Saturday and Sunday. Gates open at 9:30 and the show starts at 11, and it'll last till about 4 in the afternoon, with parking available at the FARGO Dome. Now roads in North Fargo will be shutting down so the Blue Angels can practice. Today and tomorrow, streets around HECTOR Airport will be blocked from 11:45 a.m. until 5 p.m. Other roads that will be impacted include portions of 19th Avenue North, Dakota Drive, 15th Avenue North, and 32nd Avenue North. Access to the airport terminal will be open to traffic. Well, there's one day to go, and United Way School Supply Drive needs your help. The goal is to provide 6,000 students with supplies they need to get the school year off to a good start. Well, so far they collected a little over 2,300 backpacks, and the best way to help is by giving a financial donation, because your money can go to further their supplies with purchase in bulk. If you rather go shopping, supplies should be dropped off at Shields Arena by 3 p.m. this Friday. Well, coming up at noon, the bipartisan panel is at risk of falling apart just days ahead of its first hearing about the January 6th Capitol attack. And Lisa Green has your Thursday weather say on Thursday.